Nobody should ever lose a deal based on price. I was on Clubhouse the other day, and if you're not familiar with Clubhouse, it is a audio drop-in app. And if you happen to be on, please go ahead and search for our club. It's wickedsmartrealestate.club. We talk about real estate at least 3 to 4 times a week. You're not going to want to miss it. Absolutely free advice there. And when I was on there, somebody asked our team, and they said, how important is price when creating a deal? Well, the answer is that price is only one of the factors or one of the terms within every single deal. So there's no reason why you should lose a deal based upon just price. We understand that when we're speaking with sellers, price comes up, and it's typically an ego-driven conversation. And a lot of sellers draw a line in the sand and say, if I don't get this price, then I don't want to move forward. Now, most real estate investors are going to stop right there because they're going to go ahead and they're going to do research. They're going to find their comparables on the property, and they're going to realize that that seller is probably unrealistic or is at least at market value. And if you're not using creative financing techniques, then it can be rather hard to pay a seller market value and still have a profitable deal. But we don't stop there. Once the seller has drawn a line in the sand in price, then we look at the other terms involved in the deal. And there's at least a couple other terms that are involved in that deal. One, the length of time on which the seller is willing to either hold a mortgage or is willing to do a lease option with us. So that's number one. The principal pay down that is going to be coming off the mortgage, if there's a mortgage, or if you're constructing an owner financing deal, the principal that you create with the seller. Typically, our monthly payments on owner financing are 100% principal only payments. So you can see price is not going to be as important because you're going to be hammering down principal, and that's going to really leverage you against the market moving forward. And also, the last thing would be looking at where the market is trending in that area as well. Because if you tie up the property today at a specific price, if that market continues to appreciate, then you're already going to be building an equity into that deal. So there's many factors that come into play. Here's some questions that you can ask the seller in order to construct a good deal for you if price is their major standing point. So number one is you could say, Mr. Seller or Mrs. Seller, if I was able to get you to that price, then how long of a time frame are you willing to wait before I cash you out? And Mr. Seller, if I was able to get you to that price and within that time frame, how much were you looking for monthly payment? Now that last question only comes into play if the property is debt-free, because you and I now understand that we typically just take over any and all responsibilities of that property, including their mortgage, taxes, and insurance, and that way you can create a spread on a day-to-day basis. So to wrap this up, price should never, ever, ever deter you from a deal, because I can think of multiple deals right now which I've had to go head-to-head with a seller, or our community has had to go head-to-head with a seller because it was an ego-driven conversation, and no matter what, they were only looking, and they had to get their price. And I can tell you that those deals, we've created 5 and sometimes even 6 figures because of the other terms in which we've crafted in order to get them to the finish line, in order to create a very profitable deal for us as well. So I do encourage you to go ahead and go to smartrealestatecoach.com/action and go ahead and book a strategy call so we can help you implement some of these techniques, and that way you don't go ahead and lose any more deals due to price.